What is up, everybody? So if you guys don't know, I actually review a lot of iPhones on this channel, and I basically started breaking out and doing like, oh, the best iPhone for the best price, basically talking about every single iPhone. But there's this iPhone that I think is the most underrated iPhone ever. Now, I don't want to say it's the most like undersold or like the worst iPhone or anything like that, but in recent times, I would say in the last 3 to 4 or 5 years, especially the iPhones that can handle iOS 12, I think this iPhone is one that's overlooked a lot and it's not necessarily talked about a lot. And that phone to me has to be the iPhone 7. Now, I've recently started talking about this iPhone a lot more. I started comparing it a lot, and I didn't even really talk about it on this channel a lot either. So, I kind of fell victim to this too. And I want to say, this is not the worst iPhone ever made. I want to say it's one of the better iPhones ever made, actually. It's not the lowest sold iPhone either, but compared to all of the other iPhones, I would say that this one is definitely not talked about as much, especially when we had like the iPhone 10, even the iPhone like 6S and iPhone 6 and 5S and SE. Those iPhones are talked more about than the iPhone 7. Now, in my opinion, there's probably several reasons for this. There's probably not just one reason, but I want to think that the main reason would probably be the removal of the headphone jack. So for me personally, I'm used to it, but even at the time when this phone was released, I was super hesitant about updating because of the headphone jack. I'm like, I don't really want to upgrade to a phone that doesn't have it. We had the iPhone 6S before that had it. We had several other Android manufacturers that haven't taken the leap yet of removing the headphone jack. The iPhone 7 wasn't even the first one to remove it. But at the time, it was one of the more popular manufacturers that did so. So that kind of made people not want to get that phone. I mean, it still sold like tens of millions of devices, and I don't necessarily think it was considered a failure. But if I could blame one thing on the reason that nobody really talked about it, would probably have been the headphone jack. And because people didn't want to update to a phone that didn't have a headphone jack, kind of waited for the next version and next release. But little did people know that a lot of different manufacturers, even Android, Google Pixels, Samsung kept their headphone jacks, but HTC's, all these manufacturers, or most of them, removed the headphone jacks on later devices, which is okay. Once we kind of adapt more wireless technologies such as Bluetooth headphones and stuff, we can actually go and improve those, and really people will just get used to it like I did. But at the time when this was released, a lot of people didn't want to update because of that one reason, and there's probably several other reasons for it. Another reason might have been, I don't know, this kind of seems like a feature to me, but the home button, I don't think people really like that vibration motor instead of the real clicky button. Like I said, it doesn't really affect me. I think it's cool. I actually like the clicky home button or the vibration home button. But yeah, I'm not saying these phones are never talked about or they're like horrible phones like I've stated like 100 times already. But I'm just saying, compared to all the other iPhones, like the iPhone 10, it didn't necessarily get as much coverage. Even now, up until this day, it feels like nobody talks about it. It feels like everybody's like, oh, get an iPhone 10 or get an iPhone 8. Nobody's like, oh, you can get an iPhone 7 either, because between the iPhone 8 and iPhone 7, I've already stated this in other videos, there's really not that much of a difference. Really just wireless charging, and possibly there's like a little bit of, performance upgrade too, but you're really not going to notice that big of a difference. If you're not comparing them side by side, you're really not going to get a huge difference between the two. So yeah, that's pretty much just my opinion. I think the iPhone 7 was definitely the most underrated iPhone of recent times. I want to know what you guys think. Do you guys think so? Am I overreacting? Am I crying about it? Let me know. If you guys enjoyed the video though, hit that like button, that'll mean so much. Definitely hit that subscribe button though. We are still giving away an iPhone 6S and an iPhone SE. All you have to do to enter is subscribe to the channel and follow me on Twitter and Instagram. All those links are down in the description, and a video is down there too that explains more about a giveaway. So click that link and it'll explain more about it. But more importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys, and hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.